on the little twisty path here. Try to get a little bit of a sense of how the tire is feeling. Doing some, you know, mid-speed maneuvering. Hey, how you doing, Duff here? Out here with the big beast, the Sherman. I'm doing a hastily thrown together Dunkin' Donuts ride here in the afternoon. It's a little bit before 4 p.m. Helps if the camera's kind of like vaguely pointing towards you, right? It's a little before 4, so I need to do this quickly, and this is the perfect wheel to do it quickly on, right? Now, let me turn my GPS on. I do have darkness spot fired up, and this is going to be me testing my initial test on the street tire for the veteran Sherman. Those of you that watch the live stream, you will know that I did not order the street tire. I ordered the knobby tire, and there was a problem with the shipment. Veteran included some street tire machines when E-Wheels thought they were all knobby, and some customers inadvertently got the street tire, and I am one of those customers. Now, Jason, it does have a knobby tire on its way to me, so I will have the option to put the knobby on, but I figured I might as well try out the street tire and see what I think, right? See what I think. I don't know. We'll see. I plan to ride it to Dunkin' Donuts now, and also to Ave Maria probably Monday. So when I first got the Sherman, the day the Sherman arrived, after the live stream, I did take it out on the road for 5 minutes, and I hadn't changed anything. I didn't turn any of the speed limiting off, so it was beeping at like 13 miles an hour. I just wanted to, you know, make sure everything, the basics worked, and it did. Since then, I've turned off the tilt back, speed alarms. They're all turned off. I set the pressure of the tire to right around 30 psi, and just for my initial riding here, it feels like I would probably like a little bit lower even. A little bit lower would probably feel good to me. I'll give you some more feedback as we go along here. All right, so one of the things that people have said, specifically with the knobby tire, is that there's been issues with it not being on there straight, unbalanced. And I just looked down at my street tire. That's got a nice little wobble to it as well, huh? It's kind of unfortunate that Sherman doesn't, or Veteran doesn't, make a little bit more effort to make sure these tires are on nice and true. But that's not perfect, that's for sure. So one thing I've talked about a few times is seating, or being a seated rider on the Sherman, and my options with that. Now my options are, I have the seat from Brian at Zoom Wheels, which I do not have yet. There's a rider over in Miami that has one for sale that I was looking into buying. I've not completed that arrangement yet. I did buy the official Sherman seat. That's coming from Speedy Feet, so I'm not quite sure how long that's going to take to get here. Don't have that yet either. But one other thing that I had talked about was I found this old, or it's a seat designed for an older motorcycle on Amazon. It looked like it would possibly work. It was long enough, and some people, when I linked it to some people in Telegram, they said, "Oh, no, that's too wide. That won't work out." I said, "Ah, well, you know, maybe it will." I am bow-legged after all. I don't know how well you can tell right now, but I am bow-legged. I have a wide stance most of the time. My legs never touch the shell in normal riding. So I thought I could maybe make it work. So it showed up yesterday, took it out, sat on top of the Sherman, tried to stand on top of it, and my legs were My legs were forced out farther than they would allow my feet to even get on the pedals. So that was an epic fail. And the seat is boxed up and will be getting shipped back to Amazon. It's too bad, it would have been cool. But no dice on the motorcycle seat. So there were a couple reasons that I opted for the knobby tire for the Sherman. And they were based on my experience when I was riding the demo wheel. First one was I just like the sound that that aggressive tread makes on hard surfaces like this. It's some people would find it annoying. I happen to not be one of those people, and I actually like the sound that it generated when I was on open road. In addition to that, the knobs themselves, they give you a little additional act of cushioning. You know, they give you a little more thickness to your tire and allows it to have a little bit better feel, and the tire itself has a flatter profile. So you have more rubber typically making contact with the asphalt, give you a more stable feeling. And yeah, and of course the other reason was that when I took it to the swamp, that tire did a great job in muddy terrain. Really was able to power me through some muddy terrain that I would not have been able to do on another EUC. So now that being said, I don't ride in the swamp very often. So, you know, and the noise that the knobby tire makes is nice, but really the most important thing is how it feels on the road. You know, if this feels significantly worse than the knobby on the road, and right now, you know, I can't really say that it does, although I do think I want to drop a few PSI out of it. It still feels a little stiff to me. We do have some gusty winds going on right now. The Sherman, much like the Monster, because of its immense weight, is resistant to a lot of buffeting. It does a good job of staying planted even when it is windy, but I am getting pulses of wind hitting me in the face right now. I am tracking my real-time speed with my Garmin GPS, and I've been maintaining upper 20s just because it feels comfortable. We don't want to go crazy, especially when we have a lot of active traffic. All the snowbirds are probably going for their non-socially distant dinners right now, so I have a lot of traffic going on right now. Okay, now I've moved up to the upper 30s. Just as I remember before, even, you know, with the street tire, the Sherman just wants to go fast. It's so comfortable in the 30s, unlike any other wheel that I've ever had. Wants to be ridden in a speedy fashion, or it sure feels that way. So the big reason that the Sherman street tire got a bad rap was because of Kuji. Kuji was one of the first people to get to ride a Sherman. Originally had a knobby tire, and then he decided that he thought he would try out the street tire. And when he was riding on the street tire, he actually wiped out. And I guess he sort of blamed the tire for it. I'm not quite sure that it was really the tire's fault, but he said that he felt less stability on the street tire. And that's really all that it took for a whole bunch of people to say, hey, screw the street tire, I'm not interested, give me the knobby. So that's really been the big reason that the knobby has been the predominant tire on the Sherman. But and it does feel great, it really does feel great, but I think a lot of people have not ever tried the street tire, so you know, saying you don't like something without trying it normally is not the most accurate way to form an opinion. I've gotten some commentary, people saying that, not a whole bunch, a couple though, saying that I am undergeared to be riding such a high-speed wheel as the Sherman. And to be quite honest, I don't disagree. I am looking at getting the Liat knee/shin guards to give me some better lower body protection. I already do have upper body armor that I've only worn a couple times because of it being so damn hot. Now luckily, since we're going into winter here in Southwest Florida, it'd be a lot more tolerable riding with body armor. So I do plan to be using that more often when I'm on the Sherman. But I mean, you can go beyond that. You could be putting on hip pads, all kinds of stuff, which I don't know that I'll be going that route, but you can never have too much gear, in my opinion. You know, I'll never be one of those people that mocks somebody for wearing gear. And if you are someone that mocks a person for wearing gear, you should reevaluate that decision, in my opinion. We are trucking, my friends. We are moving at a rapid pace. Oh wow, I just caught that guy's backdraft. Sucking me ahead. Oof. Fastest speed I've seen in the GPS so far has been like 33 miles an hour. So in addition to the seat mod that I have coming, I also ordered the spiked pedals from Merlin Fish. A lot of people swear by those, so I have a set of those coming. I have the LED controllers that Enrique used for adding some awesome looking LED lights to the Sherman. I have the controllers. I don't have the lights because the lights were out of stock. I'm gonna see if they're in stock now. I will be trying that project later, I think. And I'm trying to think of what other early modifications I'm thinking about doing. I think that's really pretty much it for now. I don't really have a need to go crazy. I mean, you see some guys that have like saddlebags on their Sherman and bumpers all over the place and lights out the wazoo. I don't know that I need all that, but we shall see. The great thing is with these roll bars, it's super easy to add stuff to the Sherman. Super easy. All right, on this back road here, I figured I can quickly let some air out. Oh boy, I should have taken some Advil before this ride though, guys. That was stupid of me. Maybe 2 or 3 PSI less would be good, and we can use a little snail shell here. Is there still a snail in there? Oh, there is still a snail in there. All right, well, we don't want to harm the snail. So here is a vape pen. Oh yeah, I'm good. Yep. Okay, there we go. That feels a little better. Gotta make sure my damn camera doesn't blow over again. Don't need to break another one. Okay, come on up. So does darkness spot automatically reconnect, I wonder? I don't know that it will. I don't know if I mentioned I have a darkness spot running as well. Stay camera. Connected now. Okay, yeah, it reconnected. Good. Yeah, that feels better. I got a little bounce now on the tire. That feels better to me. Oh wow, someone ran over the stop sign. How nice. Okay. So at least so far, guys. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Person in the Buick. Nice turn signal there, buddy. I know the act of reaching up and pushing a turn signal lever, it's difficult. I understand it is difficult, but you know, it really is helpful to other vehicles if you can engage your turn signals. All right, we're on the little twisty path here. Try to get a little bit of a sense of how the tire is feeling. Doing some, you know, mid-speed maneuvering. Boy, it's raining ahead, for sure. Oh man, come on. That's the last thing I need. Yeah, because one of the mods I have not done yet is anything about sealing the control panel. I want to put a bead of like clear silicone around it. Which shit, that reminds me, I should have bought some at Home Depot today. But I have not done that yet. So I would prefer to not get the Sherman wet yet. I can feel some colder air too. There is supposed to be another cold front coming through. All right, we got here quite quickly. Quite quickly. Sherman doesn't mess around. Been riding them for like 4 or 5 years. Did you find it? Whoa. Do you want to be in the video today?
Sure.
What's your name?
My name's Julian.
Hey Julian, I'm Sean.
Oh.
Julian likes the EUCs. I just told my YouTube channel. All right. It isn't raining here yet, so we are going to mount up and get the hell out of here before it does. We'll cut that. If I don't tell Cindy that I'm on my way home, she gets nervous. On my way back. Oh, hi. How you doing? Forgot I did want to get a look at darkness spot. See how the first half went. Okay, max speed hit 34.2 miles an hour so far. It's 78% battery, if that's accurate. I don't know if that's accurate. It sounds like it's accurate. I had like 93% when I started, and I've gone 14 miles, it says. Or no, I'm sorry, 12.6 miles. So, I don't know. I'm not sure how accurate that is. But yeah, let's continue. Let's stay ahead of the precipitation. So let's talk about a couple of the advantages that you would expect with the street tire versus the knobby. First of all, it will be quieter, obviously, by a significant degree. It will not sound like there is a swarm of bees approaching when you come up on someone from behind, like it does sound when you have the knobby tire on the Sherman. You have less rolling resistance, you would think, with a tire like this, especially as you increase the PSI. So that's, you know, I guess if it's important to you, you could potentially get higher top speed on a street tire. At least physics would seem to dictate that, right? Oh, that bump still hurts though. Still hurts. Dropping those few PSI though does definitely help. Does not feel quite as jarring as it did early on. So Dan's supposed to be here tomorrow. Dan Kobar, same Dan that was down to visit me last year. We're going to the swamp, and no, I will not be taking the Sherman in there. I'll probably take the. Right now, I'm thinking V11. And we'll see what kind of fun we can get into in the swamp. If it is chilly, we will more than likely see some gators. Sign clipper. Oh, I had one video clip that I saw that I wanted to discuss briefly. It was from a guy that, from what I gather, he was riding an EUC. I don't know, I don't remember what brand. I think maybe a 16X, I'm not quite sure. He had his EUC down with him in Key West, and he got pulled over and given a ticket for riding. And it's like a 3 or 4 minute video of him interacting with the police officer, and his the rider's big contention was, you know, that by Florida law this is the same as a bike or an e-bike, which I believe that's true, because like the officer was kind of initially insinuating that he wasn't allowed to ride such a device. I don't know if he was on the sidewalk or whatever, but he also, the officer indicated that this guy was also blowing through intersections. I don't know if there were stop signs or red lights, but he was just blowing through them, which is a very common occurrence by a lot of EUC riders. You will see them blow through red lights all the time, which is fine. I mean, I understand. If you have a good view of the intersection and there's no one around, you know, you don't want to stop. Even though legally you probably should. But it sounded like, from what the officer was saying, it was the way that this guy was riding is what got his attention. You know, he wasn't operating the vehicle in a safe manner, at least from the officer's judgment. So it just kind of goes to reinforce, because the EUC rider kind of posted it thinking like he was totally absolved of any fault in the situation, like he didn't do anything wrong at all. And I don't really agree with that. That's why I always preach that you want to, or at least I want to try to ride in ways that do not draw undue attention to myself. And ignoring traffic control devices is one way that you can draw such attention. So, not sure where you fall on that side, or either side of that argument, but that was my impression. I just heard some beeping, and it almost sounded like it was coming from the Sherman. I looked down, and the speedometer in the Sherman said 36, I think, or 37, and the speedometer in the Sherman is 2 to 3 miles an hour higher than your actual speed, because I compared it to my GPS, and it was 2 to 3 miles an hour higher. But I'm not sure why it's beeping, because I turned off all of those warnings, I believe. I'll have to double check when I get home. But I did not expect to hear a beep. I should not be in beeping territory, speed-wise. Wobble-tastic. Like I said, I don't really feel it riding, but it definitely is not tracking as straight as you would want it to. Yeah, I actually have more favorable wind this way. I am carrying a faster speed on average than I did on the way there, for sure. We're now trucking low to mid-30s without any significant impact that I can tell. All right, let's see if the speed camera picks me up here. I'm not definitely doing 50. Let's see, come on, get me, get me, get me. Oh, wow. That is definitely the Sherman beeping. It was definitely beeping at me. Interesting. All right, only about 3 miles to go. So easy to go fast. Man, I can't wait to take this one on my commute to the Sherman on my commute to work. Something I've done on my Monster. I did it on my M Super V3. I'm trying to think, what was the other wheel I did it on? I might have done it on my 18XL or my 18L. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. I think I've done it 3 times though. But I definitely want to do it on the Sherman. I can't think of a wheel that would be better suited for the task. Wow, it's only 4:57. This is our spare, one of our spare Echo devices. I figured I'd put it in the garage. Why not? Makes sense, right? Cindy loves when I do this. Alexa, announce everywhere.
What's the announcement?
I'm home. Hello.
Announcing.
I'm home. Hello. She loves when I do that. Getting down here is a chore. All right, so let's just quick look at the stats here. Max speed now, it says I got up to 37.2 miles an hour. Now, if that's using the same onboard speed indicator that powers the control panel, that's probably low. But I was hauling, definitely. Can't believe how quick I got back from Dunkin' Donuts. It says I'm at 67% battery. When I left, Darkness Spot was saying 93%. 22.6 miles covered in that ride. The average speed, 27.6, fast as you would imagine. The voltage of the wheels at 91.3 volts right now. So you voltage nerds will be happy to know that. So does this work?
There's a light control. Oh, it does. Okay, yeah, the light control and darkness spot actually does work. I didn't realize that it would. All right, so anyways, that's going to wrap up the ride for today. That was my first extended experience with the road tire, and I can tell you that if you got a road tire, it's not like it's the end of the world. It's not like the veteran's going to ride like shit with the road tire. It rode fine. I definitely preferred the PSI down a little bit and into the high 20s. Felt very comfortable. I had no noticeable instability at speed. So yeah, the road tire is not a bad tire at all. It just sounds different and will not give you the same amount of traction in slippery situations, I would imagine, but it's a nice tire, and it's not like as soon as I get the knobby, I'm going to have to immediately go out there and throw the knobby on. I'll put it on, but it's not like it's do or die. The road tire will be more than fine for the kind of riding that I do. The only thing that is a little bit annoying is the wobble you see there, which I believe is similar to what people are experiencing with the knobby. I've heard multiple people say that they had to do a lot of fussing around to get the tire true on the rim, and it's unfortunate that veteran doesn't make more effort to do that themselves. So I will be taking it out again. I'm sure Dan will want to ride this tomorrow, but I plan to do the Ave Maria ride. No speed limit, of course. Hopefully maybe I'll do that on Monday, so we'll see. So if you guys found this video interesting or entertaining, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please think about subscribing. And if you're going to subscribe, you can always hit that notify bell, which is hanging out over here somewhere. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. I do need to check and see what my speed alarms are set at, because it is weird that I was getting those on the way back. I'll double check that. But yeah, let me know what you think. Road tire. It's good. That simple. It's good. That's all I have for you for now. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday. Until next time, Duffman out. Ooh. I'm so spry. Scared? Where'd you go? Elsa. Where's Elsa? Did you like it? I said I recorded the announcement. I said that you love when I do announcements.
Oh, because I do. I was answering.
Yeah, okay. Elsa got her bone. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Are you wearing a bra today?
Well, you've got stuff on video, so you can erase the last part.
What's on video?
Well, I was just holding a present for DJ that Katie doesn't.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll cut that out. Yeah, we don't want to spoil Christmas presents, right?
Forget.
Okay, won't forget.